The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. The Africans do not understand that this world we are being played on. We sit down and we always say Africa is hard, the ways they are treating their people fairly, everything is good for them. But Africa, our leaders are greedy, they are selfish, they are not allowing us to have this, they share the resources, they share the money, they share everything that belongs to the state. But these people have decided to play on the African in a very nice way that is making us not to find out as Africans that these people are living the same dream, the same reality, just as we the Africans. And even their people themselves do not understand this game that their leaders are playing on them. So they hide in the comfort of the good street. They claim they have better education. They claim they have potable drinking water. They claim their system is working 24/7. But Africa, we do not have that. We are suffering. We are in pain. We are in dust. That has always been what these people are playing on us. And when they finished, they succeeded in turning their people against the black. This white man made everything very simple. He opened the eyes of the African. What this man has to tell the world, both the West and the African, for us to know that these people are playing on us, and it is better for us to rise up collectively, united, to fight against that system that these people, just the few that have created, and they are living the life that we, the majority, can't afford. Based on whatever that they have told us, the narrative, the false narrative they've given to us, we find it so difficult to believe that we are living the same dreams in Africa and in the West.
You look at the West and you think we are living the dream. But let me show you the truth with numbers. In Europe, the richest 10% own about 60% of everything. In the United States, the top 1% alone hold almost a third of all wealth. And the bottom half together, they own just 2%. Now look at Africa. The richest 1%, just 1 in 100, own about half of everything. In South Africa, the top 10% control more than 80% of the country's wealth. Do you see the pattern so far? It's not you against us. It's all of us beneath the same pyramid. Yes, there are differences. Here in the West, poverty is hidden behind clean streets and credit cards. People live in houses that belong to the banks, drive cars that belong to finance companies, and buy food on debt. I know it looks like comfort. It isn't, and it's actually control. In Africa, inequality is even more visible. The mansions of the few stand out against the struggles of the many. But the design is the same. A tiny elite holding everything while the majority carry the weight. We are actually more alike than you think. You are told that we are rich, but most of us are drowning in debt, stress, poison, food, and illusions, and we are told you are poor, but your lands are rich, your spirit is strong, and still the same sharks feed on you. So let's be clear. The problem is not that Africans lack or that Westerners have. The problem is that everywhere, the wealth of nations is captured by the few, while the many are told stories to keep them divided. So, you think we are your enemy? We were told you are ours. But the truth is actually simpler than that. We are all being lied to. And as long...
Don't mean to say this like to be disrespectful, and maybe this is, some people are going to think this sounds dumb, but I feel like there's a deeper reason why, people of color and specifically the Black community have been relentlessly persecuted. Just the things that happened during slavery alone, were insane. But I don't know, the more I learn about Black history and the ways that, people who literally worked in the government, like the CIA, all these different people in power were trying to ruin the Black community. And it makes me think, dude, I feel like, is there something more going on here than just racism? Because it's like, come on, you're telling me you're doing all of this stuff just because you don't like someone's skin color? I feel like, I have this theory that, like, what if Black people have some type of superpower? Like, what if they have, I don't know, if they're just born with something very valuable that we don't really know about, but maybe, like I said, these rich people and these people in power, maybe they figured it out a long time ago, and maybe that's why they were like, oh, we have to, like, get rid of them, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I feel like maybe they have something special that we are not taught about that is linked to them being people of color, And I've seen some Black creators come on here and try to explain how special it is to have melanin in your skin and how it has all these different properties, but I don't know, I just feel like I have a theory that this goes so much deeper than maybe a lot of us realize, because I'm sorry, but I don't think you're gonna go out of your way for all these hundreds and hundreds of years to try to ruin one group of people over something as silly as, oh, their skin is a different color. Like, I feel like there's something that we don't know. I'm telling you, there's something special about them that they don't want us to know.
They told us wars were for freedom. They told us bombs were for peace. They told us enemies rose in deserts, never in boardrooms. They told us Vietnam was about dominoes, Iraq was about weapons, and Afghanistan was about justice. They told us the banks were safe, recessions were accidents, and bailouts were for stability. They told us food was tested for our health, sugar was harmless, and the chemicals in the soil were progress. They told us nuclear was only for light bulbs. They said surveillance was only for terrorists and that privacy is outdated. They told us globalization would lift all boats. They told us work would always have dignity. They told us progress meant prosperity. They said democracy means choice. They said leaders represent us. They told us votes outweighs money. They told us climate deals would save the planet. They told us targets are being met. And they told us the system was under control. And we believed. We believed because trust was trained into us. We believed because the truth was buried.
The problem is that we are not able to tell the difference. And that is why Africans will do everything possible, die on the Mediterranean Sea together. And even our brothers and sisters who are there still don't understand that this system is still the same way as Africa, because they have better roads, they claim they have better health care, they have better this. But in natural sense, I would say that we those in Africa, we are better off. Because these people, when they are homeless, have nothing called village that they can go and live. But Africa, when you travel to the urban center or travel to any man's land that you are seeing things to be difficult, you have a village that you owe a land, that you can go there and relax, live your life and start things all over. So one thing that we need to understand as people at the bottom is that the system is benefiting just a few people. And we have to rise up and fight them. We have to stop buying into the narrative that these people give us, claiming and pointing fingers on other people. Like Africa, we say foreigners or other brothers who come from other places into our countries, they are the ones taking the jobs from us. They are the ones causing all these things in our country. So we move away from the people that are actually making life unbearable for us and be blaming it on our brothers who are so innocent. It's the same thing that is happening in the West. So these people have designed a system that is only making life unbearable for us. And we need to rise up. Nobody can ever set us free. We need to understand things. Not what these people make the journalists to tell us on TV. Like the former CIA boss said, they have all our top journalists on their table. They pay them every blessed month, and they make sure that even what they read to us as news, they write and give it to them. But we don't know that these are things that are happening. So we believe so much in everything that these people put out because we claim they are the credible sources. But these are the same things that these people are using to keep us poor. And now these leaders are not happy that we can have access to social media, whereby we are moving away from the regular TV and radio, because we are exposing things that we will never find on the TV and on radio, because these people are being regulated. They tell us what these people want us to hear, so we can never know what is happening, but thanks to social media. And I know a time will come that they will start fighting us, and this is the time that we have to educate ourselves, so that by the time they will start to act against us, who are trying to educate our people, we have awoken enough. They always want to keep us in the dark. And this is what we need to understand. We need to stay back in Africa to fight against that system that is keeping us poor, and stop fighting among ourselves, because our brothers from other places aren't our problem. So that's the latest around the world and in US.